Protect the downside. Make sure that in the worst case scenario, you're gonna cash flow at least at break even. Because if you're cash flowing negative, that means that you have to spend money out of your own pocket to carry the cost of owning the property. So things like the mortgage, utilities, insurance, that sort of thing. And so if you're doing that and you're covering it out of your own pocket each month, then that means that in that worst case scenario, you may not be able to afford to keep that property. Let's say that you lose your income or that it just becomes too much for you to cover this property as well. Well, then what'll happen is that you might be forced to sell the property. That's what happened to a lot of people back in 2008. And if you need to sell the property and the price of the property is less, it's worth less than what you bought it for, that's when you're in a really tight spot where you could really wreck yourself financially. And so what you want to do is make sure you're protecting the downside. Honestly, that's even more important than optimizing the upside, is to mitigate the downside. Go back and you run a worst case scenario analysis to make sure that even in a worst case scenario, the property doesn't perform well. If it goes back to 2018, 2019 numbers, and it's not crazy like it was in 2020 and 2021, that you're still going to be at least at break even in terms of cash flow.